Hello, Siegfried here again. I'm back with another video. This one is about my creative process. So this was a topic suggestion from my friend Philip. I guess he wanted to know what my creative process is. Well, I don't have any fixed creative process, but I can offer you some ideas and some insights based on my experience. Sometimes I feel like a very creative person. I have a lot of imagination. I feel like when I was younger, maybe I was more creative than I am today. However, sometimes you just don't feel creative, and I go to the well, try to come up with something interesting, and there's nothing there. Creativity, it's a hard thing to force, like to sit down and go, I'm going to be creative now. It doesn't work. It's kind of like the inspiration, the muse has to strike you. But there are ways to kind of encourage the muse to show up, so let's talk about those. So number one, I would say, is make sure you have some energy. So if you're really tired, it's not going to work so well. Creativity takes like a lot of energy. I feel like my brain getting hot when I'm really being creative, kind of, right? So you need to be pretty well fed. Make sure you're not especially hungry. Nice balance, carbs, some protein, that sort of thing, I think is good for your brain. Make sure you get enough sleep. That's really important. I guess sometimes being sleep deprived can kind of loosen your brain up, but mostly it's good to have a lot of rest. If I come up after like a big 12-hour sleep in, I'm just going to be bursting with creative energy. I don't know why, but that's the way it works. Let's see. Number two is not on my list, but something I'm adding here, and that's like free yourself from unnecessary distractions. Like the normal pace of your life, the things that you interact with every day are actually a little harmful to creativity. So put yourself in a slightly different space, a different place if you're having trouble getting some traction. Make notes to avoid losing good ideas. So I get random, interesting, creative ideas. I try to write them down somewhere. Mostly I'm an electronic guy, so I write them down on my little computer notepad thing. Notepad++, nice little piece of software for just easy note-taking. I do that, and then I don't always come back to them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But if I want them, they're there. Periodically, I'll go through my notes and just collect all my ideas and put them in a big set of more structured set of project ideas, things I could work on. And that's pretty good, because you have creativity of the day. Maybe you're not going to apply it right away, but you could go back, and that creativity is there for you. So you don't need it in the moment. You did it in the past. It's kind of nice. All right, let's see. Approach problems in pieces. So if I'm trying to work on a big creative project, well, it's very hard to create the whole thing all at once. Creation is done in little baby steps. So just focus on one particular problem. If you're like, I can't get past this part of a story isn't working for me, go work on another part, and then, an idea may come to you in time. Creativity takes time. It's hard to rush it. Let's see. Ruminate, right? That's the taking time part. Like, get an idea, swallow it down, bring it back up, chew on it some more, put it away. Just kind of work this process over time. Things will start to make more and more sense. But keep at it. Keep chewing on this problem until, you're like, this is great. I really like it. Get inspiration from others. So when I'm feeling really uncreative, what I go do is I go watch a movie or I listen to some great music, some creative work that somebody else has done that's just going to light my fire, right? And then maybe they'll inspire me with some cool ideas that I can use. Because who doesn't use other people's ideas and reconstruct them? And that's just the way of life. You never create anything completely original. So go get some other people's ideas. Don't just steal them, but let them inspire you, right? And just the emotion of their work is maybe going to inspire you to do something yourself. All right. Next, walk away when you need to. Like, don't beat your head against the wall. If it's just not coming to you, beating your head is not going to make it come to you. Go do something else. Make a sandwich. Get out of there. And then come back later. And then maybe something will be there for you later. I mean, come back, though. Like, don't just walk away and never come back. That's not going to help. But sometimes you need to walk away and do something else. Last one is iteration over perfection. Now, this is something I think, watching other people's creative processes is not the same for everybody. For me, I would rather do something 5 times, try to do it a little better each time, than to do one thing and keep working on it as long as I did the 5 things and try to make that one thing even better. There's time enough later. I think it's much better later to come back and revisit an old work and say, that was pretty good. But knowing what I know now, I could definitely do it a lot better. You have some solid ideas on time to do that. I think that's a lot better. Sometimes you'll see, oh, there's a flaw in it, but you don't really know how to fix the flaw. Leave it be. Do something again. You're going to get experience, you're going to get skill in whatever creative endeavor you're working on, and you can come back later and try to tune that thing up if you want to. I find that's like a better approach, and I often take my old stories, I try to keep all the creative work I do, even if it kind of sucks or if it isn't finished, and sometimes I come back later, I really enjoy reading it, but I go, oh yeah, but the spelling's pretty bad, or this idea is a little immature, maybe I can improve on it. And you come back, improve on it, and then share it again. And it's great. You got 2 works sort of for the price of 1. So those are some elements of my creative process. I hope you find them inspiring. Go out and make something cool. All right. Bye-bye.